Today, Bitcoin break out to the upside and reach our first target at around $11,850. Welcome back. My name is Chui. This is your trading and investing channel, Blockchain Thunder. Welcome back to the channel. So Bitcoin has reached our first target. So what's my strategy now? And what's Bitcoin's next move? So let's talk about all of these things in this video. So let's dive right into it. So today in the stock market, we see some red candle. But for Bitcoin, we have a huge breakout to the upside and reach our first target at around $11,850. So what is Bitcoin's next move? In my opinion, this upside movement is not over yet. By the way, I changed the background color to black so that we can see the chart more clearly. I hope you guys like it. Now back to the chart. As I mentioned, I don't think this upside movement is over. That's because the BitMEX index funding is still negative from from all time frames, including from weekly. Let's take a look at it. We just started the week, so the BitMEX index funding is still negative on the weekly time frame, and also in the daily time frame, and in the 4-hourly time frame. Yes, it's all negative bars. And the most impressive thing for the BitMEX index funding is that even after this huge breakout, we are still in negative, which means the bulls are not done yet. We are accumulating energy, and it's gonna make another move in maybe this week, later this week, or earlier next week. This is very exciting because if you look at the daily time frame, we are just pretty close to the last high at around $12,400. So our next target is around, let's see, horizontal lines. This is our next resistance line, and then the next one is the highest one recently, $12,480. So if Bitcoin can get above this two resistance, the next target is let's see, yeah, pretty much the next target is the high last year at around $14,000. And if we can get above this, we can probably challenge the all-time high in the next couple of months if it's fast. So get exciting. Now let's take a look at RSI. As I mentioned before, the RSI can act as a resistance first. So we touch it once, twice, third time, then we break out, and then it acts as support. Now, when we have an uptrend, we will have another way of drawing the RSI. And the way is something like this. We connect this line, and then draw it up here. Let me adjust the color. Now if you take a look at this RSI trend line, we have a first support here, a second support here, third support, and the fourth support here, and we bounce off and go to the upside. Now this line will continue to act as a support line, and this line will be directly related to my shorting action. Just as this line, my favorite pattern is resistance, breakout, and then come back and break this line to the downside. That is my favorite trading pattern. But for this kind of upside movement, if we have support, break this support, and then come back to the upside, that is my favorite shorting pattern. And I'll talk about this in the future videos. Alright, so that is the update for the Bitcoin. And next, let's take a look at the altcoin market. Now, on the Bitcoin dominance chart, we can see that today we also have a breakout to the upside, and this is a very famous pattern of upside movement. We have a horizontal resistance, and then you can connect this several touch points, and this forms a ascending triangle, and 70% of the time it will break to the upside. And if it breaks to the upside, the altcoins will bleed a lot, and that's because a lot of funding will go into Bitcoin because of the huge breakout Bitcoin is coming. So if the funding is going into Bitcoin, a lot of funding will be moved out of the altcoin, and altcoin will lose values in the short term. And that is what happens today. We saw this green bar here, and you can look at the altcoins, and the altcoin market is pretty much an ocean of red. And I think this situation will continue to happen for the next, I don't know, as long as Bitcoin is moving up rapidly, the altcoins will be in red. So be prepared, altcoin holders. Alright, so that is the update for the cryptocurrency market. So the question is for you. What do you think of the Bitcoin price? Do you think it will break out this week or next week? Or do you think it will break down? Jump down to the comment section and let me know. Next, let's take a look at gold and silver. This is the gold chart. Let me magnify it. So if you take a look at yesterday's candle, we have a huge upside wick, and this is not exactly good for the gold price, because this kind of a upside wick means there is a lot of selling pressure pushing the price down. So, and if you look at this huge descending triangle, there is a possibility that the gold price might go down and revisit this low. But don't get me wrong here. Gold price moving down is actually a bullish thing, because descending triangle is a bullish pattern. So a lot of times it will result in the break to the upside sometime in the future, but maybe not in this week. And in my opinion, it's more bullish for gold price to come back down to this support level at around $1,747, because there will be a lot of buying pressure at this level, and we'll have to see what happens. Now for silver, in our last video, we also pictured two scenarios for the silver price. One is a breakout of this descending channel pattern, the other one is breakdown. And just like I said before, a breakdown to this level would be much better, because, well, it's better for me because I would like to buy some more at these lower prices. But it's probably not good for those people who just bought the silver at this level or this level. From the RSI, we see that we touched this line once, twice breakout. Normally, I would expect it to come back down and retest this RSI trend line as support, but I don't know if that will happen. If it does come back down and retest this line, there's a high possibility that the second scenario breakdown to the downside would be possible, and I would be very happy. Alright, so that's the update for the gold and silver prices, and jump down to the comment section and let me know your thought. Next up is the stock market. So let's start with the Dow Jones. So today we have some kind of a drop to the downside. So we have this red candle here, and it's making a lower low than this green candle. This is not a very good sign, because it might signal that we are entering into a downside movement. But there is still hope for the bulls, because this could be a cup and handle pattern, which is something like this, and then something like this, and then break to the upside. But we don't know if this will happen. We have to take a look at the price action this week and also next week. I think the same thing's happening to the S&P 500. So yes, so this one is even more similar to a cup and handle pattern. And the next one is Nasdaq. Nasdaq is also the same thing, a potential cup and handle pattern. But just as I mentioned in my last video, I closed 80% of my position in the stock market because the monthly bearish divergence. If you look at the Dow Jones, the monthly time frame, you can see that. Let me remove these lines so that we can see it more clearly. Yeah. Now, if you take a look at this price action, we have a higher high, higher high, higher high, but for the RSI we have a lower high, lower high, lower high, and even lower high. So it might take a lot of momentum to push the RSI to be higher, at least higher than 66.75. So this is one of the reasons that I close my 80% my position in the stock market. So there is another 3 reasons that I close a lot of positions in the stock market. If you are interested, you can go back and take a look at my last video. Another thing I want to take a look at is the fear and greed index. So if you take a look at it, the fear and greed index, last week we are at fear, but right now we are at greed. So when everybody is getting greed, you should be fear. That's why I'm worried that this might be a huge downturn from this point. There is a chance that we might go lower than this low and create another lower low here. Is it possible? It's definitely possible. But if the fear and greed index become red very quickly, there is a chance that the bulls can push the price up and finish that cup and handle pattern and go to the upside. I hope the bulls can push the price to higher than this all-time high, because I still have 20% of my position. I still wanted to make some money. So fingers crossed. Now the question is for you. What do you think of the stock market? Which stock are you in right now? What do you think what will happen in this week and next week? Please leave your thought in the comment section. Alright, last but not least, let's take a look at the oil price. The reason I want to take a look at oil price is, as I mentioned in my last video, I'm very bullish for the oil price right now because it's showing several important bullish patterns. So you can see that we have this W-shaped pattern, and if it goes to the upside, it will finish another bullish pattern, which is this ascending triangle pattern. We have 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3 touch point, a bunch of small touch point here, and if it can continue to go up, that would be very bullish for the oil prices. So right now we are still bouncing around off this RSI line. If it can go tilted to the upside, it will be very exciting. And if you take a look at the RSI line, we are actually challenging this horizontal resistance line. And if it goes to the upside, we will definitely have a great run for the oil prices. Okay, so that is the short update for the oil prices. Now, what do you think of the oil prices? Do you think it will go up or do you think it will go down? Please jump down to the comment section and let me know. And that completes all the update for all the market. My name is Chui. This is your trading and investing channel, Blockchain Thunder. Thank you guys so much to come back to the channel. If you like my content, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.